have slipped the surly bones of earth, and I have danced the skies on laughter's silvered wings. Sunward I climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of a sun-split cloud. Done 100 things you have not dreamed, wheeled and soared and swung in high flight on laughter's silvered wings. In high flight and sunward I have climbed in high flight, high in sunlit silence, hovering there. Good morning. I'm Fran Chopp, the Staff Judge Advocate for the 56th Fighter Wing here at Luke Air Force Base. Welcome to the Commanders and First Sergeants Symposium. We have a full schedule of briefings today with a range of topics from court member duty, unlawful command influence, ethics, search and seizures and inspections. We're going to talk about rights advisements and discharges. And we're also going to cover the new legal developments that apply to our military members and Luke Air Force Base as well. You're going to hear from your legal office's finest JAGs and paralegals today, and we want you to be free to ask questions during our briefing and engage in discussions about these important topics. We also have several special guests today with us. The DETCO, or Detachment Director for the Office of Special Investigations, is going to be here providing their perspective on investigations and what they'd like you to know about how they do the investigations. As well as the Area Defense Council will be here at the end of the symposium to wrap us up for today. I see that many of you already have taken part in the coffee and refreshments, and so we'll get started now. I am beginning this symposium this morning talking about the important duty of court member selection and court member responsibilities. What is the big deal about court member duty anyways, right? Why is there so much consternation about it? What do you think is the reason court member duty is important to the Air Force? Well, it all starts with the Constitution of the United States, which states, "We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Do ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States of America." The very first goal of the Constitution is to establish justice. The Constitution is what we as airmen, officers, enlisted members swear to defend and protect. Many of the topics we're going to be covering today in this briefing and during this symposium are directives that originate from the Constitution. As such, it should be no surprise that the foundation of military law is the Constitution. Specifically, our Constitution provides that Congress has responsibilities to make rules to regulate the military. It also establishes our president as the commander-in-chief of our armed forces. Congress has exercised its responsibilities over the military justice by enacting the Uniform Code of Military Justice, or what we call the UCMJ. The UCMJ establishes a code committee that meets on a yearly basis to recommend potential changes to our military justice system. We see that every few years they'll make changes and adapt to what society thinks is important and change the rules, so to speak, with respect to changes that are reflected in society's laws and rules. The manual for courts-martial that you see here in this picture was ultimately created and implemented by executive order of the president. It establishes, or it is the established institution to provide military justice to our service members, and it includes the Uniform Code of Military Justice. Most people, including military members, have important responsibilities and are very busy. They don't like to be inconvenienced by reporting to be a court member or a juror, and we get it. Their mission as Air Force members is critical to our nation's defense, and we don't want to waste their time or take up their time, but serving as a court member is their primary duty. And during our discussion today about the importance of court member selection and duty, you all stated it is important because the military must have good order and discipline in order to carry out the mission successfully. We also agreed that court member duty is important because of the need for a fair and impartial justice system. Air Force members must be held accountable for crimes they commit. That is why serving as a military member is a duty and not just a potential, oh, I'd like to do this. They are required to serve in this capacity. Additionally, the justice system must provide accused members with a fair hearing. The accused member has an absolute right to a trial by fair and impartial members and a professional military judge, which is these ideas are the cornerstone of the military justice system. In the United States versus Smith, a military member was denied their full and fair opportunity to exercise their right to trial by, hold on just a second, it was, okay, actually it's the case of the United States versus Smith is where the division deputy adjutant general purposefully assembled for court-martial duty nominees who were commanders and supporters of a specific command policy to be hard on discipline. And this policy was found to be in violation of Article 37A, unlawful command influence. You cannot select potential court member nominees with the hope that they will help secure a specific result in an upcoming courts martial. But we're going to talk more about that in the next briefing on unlawful command influence. All right, court members have an important task. Oftentimes, they're making life-altering decisions for the accused member or the person who is the defendant. And those life-altering decisions can result in loss of money, loss of their freedoms, and on some occasions, loss of life and death situations. Thus, it is a very serious proposition to serve as a court member, and it is not easy. And so I have a little bit of humor here this morning with this clip from My Cousin Vinny showing how the court members, in this case, had a little bit of stress in their life and watch their reactions. So court members, jury members, they're only human. They do the best they can, and they really are the best method of determining guilt or innocence at present in the military and American system of jurisprudence. Also in the military system, our military court members can, depending on the election of the accused member, have the awesome responsibility of determining the convicted member's sentence. The American and military jurisprudence system is not perfect, and we all know that, but it is still considered one of the best in the world. So, how does the court member selection process work in the Air Force? Actual appointment of fair and impartial members is the duty and responsibility of the convening authority. It cannot be delegated. It is their personal responsibility to accomplish. However, it is recognized that the convening authority, while charged with this personal responsibility for selection of court members, must have the assistance in the preparation of a panel from which to choose those members. In order to carry out the convening authority's function under Article 25 of the UCMJ, he must rely on his or she must rely on his or her staff of subordinate commanders for providing the eligible court member names. Group commanders, you all pick potential court members for the quarterly court member pool, but it is the subordinate squadron commanders that provide them the names of the members for the group commanders to review and then forward to our office in order for us to put together the quarterly court member pool. And then from that pool, the convening authority will make their selection and detail members to a specific court. Article 25 also establishes a procedure to obtain court members for a court martial and provides criteria for convening authorities to be able to apply when deciding who should be selected for a panel. Specifically, Article 25D2 provides when convening a court martial, the convening authority shall detail as members thereof such members of the armed forces as, in his or her opinion, are best qualified. In terms of best qualified, the criteria are by reason of age, education, training, experience, length of service, and judicial temperament. The statute